Love Noel Jones. Noel Jones told the lady, what's her name, Valerie. He was like, "Don't you think I'm too old to change?" I'm like, my Bishop Smooth.
And like, you gotta respect it or check yourself. It's nothing when somebody is telling you the truth.
Exactly.
There's nothing you can do.
Don't you think I'm too old to change?
But don't think you're gonna change me. That's
exactly. But she stood her ground. That's what I'm telling you. That lady stood her ground. She was like, "No, maybe
and
I don't love you as much as you think I love you."
Exactly, and that's what makes him love her more.
And take a note from her when she said, "What's up? It's your guy Dawson,
and I'm your girl Denise,
and we are just talking about the premiere of The Pastors of L.A." This reality show,
the bomb
docu-series has just gotten a lot of people talking,
and it hasn't even started yet. We had a sneak preview, I guess that's what you can call it.
Yeah, thanks to King Titus. Thanks, Titus.
One time for Titus letting us stay on top of what we need to stay on top of.
Okay, so basically what I want to ask you since we saw the first episode, preachers of LA, excuse me, is it Pimps in the Pulpit or is it Evangelism?
It's a mixture of both. Because I got a Pimp in the Pulpit from
Clarence McClendon.
Yeah, and I got Evangelism from Ron
Gibson, yeah, Pastor Ron Gibson.
So it goes both ways to me.
It goes both ways.
And that's my opinion. He just didn't seem sincere.
Pastor Bishop Clarence McClendon
did side out the whole time.
Well, you know what? I think what really set it off, the first episode, was the little dispute between Dietrich Haddon and Clarence McClendon about should pastors come with an entourage. And what Dietrich was saying was basically, when you first started out ministry, did you have an entourage? Mm-hmm. Did you have all these people with you? Do you need that to go to a church? Right. And even when you go to smaller church?
And he's saying that because if it's going to cost too much because you have to pay these people and you can't bring your price down, which that's a whole nother story, then leave them at home.
Is the gospel free? Well, should these mega pastors, should they be getting the money that they're getting? Because some of them are not just getting it from the church. A lot of them have other business, endeavors that they're doing, books, CDs, movies.
I don't think another church should charge another church.
Wow.
I really don't. Wow. Especially if you're going just to speak a little bit on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're going to have a concert or whatever, because they have a big old, but I don't believe another church should charge another church.
Okay.
I was impressed. I was like, oh, okay, rock star status when they pulled up in their Range Rovers and their Porsche. It was like the whole row was like a showroom.
So, do you think a pastor should drive like that and live like that if their congregation,
if they're living right?
If their congregation is living in the projects, if they're living in the trailer parks or the barrios, should my pastor, who's preaching hope, prosperity, live like that?
Yeah, because I'm showing you that I had hope, and this is what I have.
Okay. All right. Let me play. I don't play say devil advocates, but let me take the contrary. But if I'm living in the projects and I'm if I'm up under this pastor and he's living in Beverly Hills, and I'm sincerely, God's gonna bless me, you're gonna help me from not catching the bus. Should I really continue to give him my money if I'm living in the project? I'm catching, the number 9 going back to the projects, and you getting your Bentley going to Beverly Hills.
So what would you rather I get in? So I'm giving you hope. I'm trying to inspire you. I've made choices that led me here to be in my Bentley. So what should I do? Downplay myself? No, seriously, what should I do? Should I not drive a Bentley because you're catching the bus?
But if I'm giving you my money and I'm catching the bus, you feel okay with taking my money and I'm going to the project?
But you don't have to give me your money.
True.
You don't have to give me your money. I didn't ask for that, but I'm giving you hope.
And what's the hope you're giving me?
That you can one day drive a Bentley too if you get yourself together.
So basically, let's deal with that. Do you think if a pastor's living well, he's giving the members hope that one day you could live well, but what if I don't have the oratorial skills like a Noel Jones or
well, then you
Clarence
don't need to be in church, you need to be in somebody's college.
Woo. And that was spoken by me. I was playing with you. I just wanted to see where you were going to go with this.
You need to be in somebody's technical school. You need to be somewhere trying to better yourself in another aspect instead of spending all your time there. I'm not saying you can't go on Sunday, but I don't think you need to be there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Wow. And that leads to my point. I was just joking with Denise because I wanted to see where she was going because I feel the same way. Now let's jump back on this. You know, they have the Caucasian pastor, Jay Kepsel or Hepsel or whatever his name is. His part, he was a recovering drug addict, skateboard pastor.
And that's why, like you said, it's so real. Even with Reverend or Pastor Ron Gibson going back,
being a gangbanger. That's true ministry.
And getting those people out of the trenches.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And he go down there in his 6'4". Hey.
And have his block with him too. And I know a lot of Christians.
You don't have to change who you are because you became someone else.
Exactly. But that's what people think when you get converted to any type of religion, that you change. And of course you change your mindset and your behavior. A lot of that goes too. But the essence is not to become like a Bishop Noel Jones, because I'm not going to succeed at trying to be like Noel Jones. God created me. So even though I like him as being like a bishop that I look up to, I can't be blessed trying to walk in his footsteps because I'm not him. Right. He has to stay in his lane. The ministry that I've seen with Pastor Gibson, with Pastor Jay and his wife praying for that anorexic lady, we got to do a show about that, because people, eating disorders are really big. You know, you could go from either extreme, eating too much obese or not, you know, being anorexic. And even also with the lady who was a drug dealer, and you know, Pastor Gibson and his wife were praying for her, and she was stating that she's an active drug. That's what I want to see. Right. Because with everything that's going on in the world and the economy, people are coming to church with real problems. Right,
and we need healing. This world needs healing.
That summed it up. The world needs healing. And if you can't represent a powerful representation of God in order to heal people without criticizing them, then just shut up.
How do you pass 5 homeless people on the street on your way to church and not
in your
stop?
Louis Vuitton,
and not stop to give them not one bite to eat?
Yeah.
How does that work?
You trying to be like Beyonce, but Beyonce help homeless people. You trying to be like Oprah, but how many black men you put through college? You seen all them black men she put through Morehouse College? We want the status, but we don't never want to do what people did. We just want to be seen and in the spotlight, but people really don't have a sincere heart to do what Jesus did. We love the teachings of Jesus, and the man who lay beside, you know, the Sea of Bethesda, and after 38 years, Jesus spoke a word. How many people have you spoken a word to, and you've caused them to get out of their desolate place to live? That's where the testimony is. Not because you got a Bentley, not because you go to church speaking tongues and you run around and you knock people over and caught the spirit.
As soon as you leave the church, you on the phone on a 3-way talking about
gossiping about people. Bishop Clarence McClendon, the woman who was stalking him in the church, and his wife talked about that you know, this was a woman who was locally who was stalking him, and she was like, you know, we need to kind of like, you know, take this seriously. I've been in churches where pastors have had death threats and women were stalking them, and they had to take, you know, the precautions of saying, hey, you know, we got God, but now we need some law enforcement in that. So what do you think about that part with the women stalking him? Because it can go 2 ways.
Yeah, it can. Because sometimes, I don't know this story, but sometimes there's a little bit of truth in that. When you stop, they might start to stalk. So when whatever you had going on stopped, that's when the stalking could have begun.
Well, when you stop,
that's when they stalk.
That's when they stop. And that's true too, because I've had people say, yeah, some women or men get delusional behind a pastor or whatever, and they're fantasizing about that person, they become infatuated.
But 1, 2, or 3, like when
if it's 10 women, can some of it be true?
Right.
That either they were led to believe something may have happened or something. Not saying that this is his situation.
We're just saying in general.
In general, you know, there were people who had that kind of thing.
Right.
Could
10
something
people,
have been
I
done?
don't think all 10 people are lying.
But yeah, but
when 10 people have the same story, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely on this, Dietrich
I love it.
We got to get on Dietrich.
Oh.
This is a Dietrich Haddon inspired, man. You know, Dietrich gave me a little bit of Tone.
I know he did with the concert,
with the choir, with the leather, kind of like
the moves and everything.
Yeah, he gave me Tone. So if they put Tone in this on next season, y'all gonna have a show.
Now, do you think next season that other preachers are gonna want to join in, or they're trying to?
What I think with this show is gonna happen is kind of what happened with like all these other reality shows.
Once they saw that,
like the pastors of Atlanta, the pastors of DC, the pastors of Miami, wherever they're popular evangelical pastors, Dallas or whatever, that's where it might branch off. Oxygen, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day.
It is. It's a business, and it was a smart business move. Hate it or love it, that was a great business move.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great business move because I mean the show hasn't even aired. I mean
the most talked about.
It's the most talked about.
Our views went up tremendously.
And we thank everybody who's subscribed, who's commented, even if you agree with us or you don't agree with us, we accept it. Just come with some type of intellectualism, some respect. Even with Dietrich Haddon's part, the having the affair or whatever he did in his relationship, but saying nobody's gonna make me stop my relationship with God. I think that's very powerful. I commend him for that.
Exactly. You're not gonna push me in no wall and make me feel like I'm less than anybody
less of a person
because I made a mistake. But what's the pastor? Well, the one that's married, is it Dwayne or?
Yeah.
And he said some Christians say you're not even supposed to show public affection, but
he was touching his wife. That's his wife. And just imagine
what's wrong with that?
If people see that. If young boys see this is how a pastor's supposed to treat when you get married, this is how it's supposed to be, or a woman seeing that and saying, oh, so I don't have to be rigid and all spiritual and I gotta pray, God calling me to pray. You married, there's some duties you're supposed to be doing with your husband and with your wife.
Before you end up in a scandal.
Yeah, end up in a scandal and they go somewhere else. People don't believe that. If we did a video, y'all better follow us and see what we talking about. What's that? Cheating on your husband and wife. If you don't do it in the bedroom,
somebody else will.
Somebody else will.
What's
Y'all think we're not just pulling this stuff out of our butt to try to be on Disney World? Come on, man.
But you can pull it out your butt if you're married. It doesn't matter.
On that note, if you married, you heard it say if you married, the bedroom is undefiled. Come on, y'all.
It surely is. Come on, let's stop acting. Let's stop putting up this front and let's just stop.
Exactly. So I think what this reality show is going to do is it's going to take the mask for all of us just to be real. Because Denise and I, like I said, we saw it and we were just like, I was floored. It gave me everything I was looking for, in a docu-series. It's not a reality show, docu-series. It gave me everything I was looking for. So all the pastors that are involved, they're bringing something to the table. I love Noel Jones. Noel Jones told the lady, what's her name, Valerie, he's like, don't you think I'm too old to change? I'm like, my Bishop Smooth.
And like, you got to respect it or check yourself. It's nothing, when somebody is telling you the truth, there's nothing you can do.
Don't you think I'm too old to change?
But don't think you're going to change me. That's
exactly, but she stood her ground. That's what I'm telling you. That lady stood her ground. She was like, no, maybe I don't love you as much as you think. I love you.
Exactly, and that's what makes him love her more.
And take a note from her. When she sat at that table and told them women, I'm not here because I'm assumed to be the next Noel Jones. One thing about it, do not let the church push you to get married. And a lot of women do this. I've been in church all my life and seen some marriages go straight to the ground because, my first lady said we look like we'll make a good couple, or the mother
and
who
we
always
prayed on it. We were supposed to pray, and that's supposed to be my husband.
No. There are some women who got messed up married, some men who probably didn't even want to be with them. They wanted to be with
some men wanted to be with men. Be you.
Preach it, Denise. They wanted to be with who?
Men.
And the church made them get married. And now you want to write a book.
So now you want to say he's on the down low.
Come on, y'all women better wake up. Come on, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all better wake up.
People are who they are.
They are who they are. Y'all, what they said, Titus say the side chicks are being elevated this year. Even some with that, man. Y'all women got a good man. You better hold on to your man and treat him right, talk to him good, do all that stuff. Seriously.
If you don't, Olivia Pope will.
I know. I think we down. We still on. We got a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Hey, we done said what we had to say. Check out the Dawson and Denise show. Rate, comment, subscribe. We love all of y'all, no matter what religious affiliation you are, no matter who you are. Just be yourself. We spread love on this show. We're not here to proselytize you to anything. We just want you to be the best you can be.
I can't tell your future. I don't see nothing. God ain't tell me to tell you nothing.
Oh man, too busy trying to see what God got to tell me. We just want y'all to live the best life. And remember, suffering is overrated. You do not have to suffer, man. If you suffering, that's a choice. God did not create you to fail.
It'll be all over in the morning.
In the morning, that's right. And your morning could be right now. Exactly. Until next time, I'm your guy Dawson.
And I'm Denise.
We love you guys. We pray for you guys. Do the same for us.